I'm under arrest now. I'm under arrest now. I haven't done anything and they're arresting me. I haven't done anything and they're arresting me.
Absurdly and ludicrously, a government is ridiculously claiming that it is interested in saving lives and protecting people's health, and is harassing a man with a health disability and dragging him into court because he refused to bend the knee to this tyranny. Think about the fact that at the very height of this alleged pandemic, back in April, there was no talk of compulsory masks. In all of May, when the figures were dying away to nothing, there was no talk of compulsory masks. In June, when there were no cases virtually at all, there was no talk of compulsory masks. Now, when it's all but disappeared, it's gone. They are now bringing in compulsory masks. And the reason for that is they need visible evidence of terror. They need to create a visibility of the terror that they want to inculcate in the people. And that's why this is so important to them.
Advice of the WHO, we do not recommend masks for general use in the public for the reasons we've stated before. We think there are potential risks and unintended consequences.
We do not recommend masks and gloves and other protective measures like that for the general public.
Doesn't it need to be mandatory? Like, speeding. Speeding works because there are penalties and fines.
But the advice that government has received and accepted from the National Public Health Emergency Team is not to make it mandatory. That's also the advice of the World Health Organization.
These are really sinister people we're dealing with now. These are people that we previously thought of as people of our own kind, these politicians. We thought, well, we have to start thinking of them now as alien beings, as hostile beings to the Irish people. They are the enemies of the Irish people.
If you're not infected, no reason to wear a face mask. Two reasons. One, people fidget with it anyway, And secondly, it goes in through the eyes as well. It's an evil virus. It'll penetrate the eyes, and that's not covered anyway, So there's no evidence that wearing a face mask will protect you at all. The main reason is to stop you spreading it, which is very important.
Yeah,
stop it going to the
but there's no need, if you don't have this.
No, there's no need to wear a face mask. Absolutely not. At all.
These politicians, we thought, well, we have to start thinking of them now as alien beings, as hostile beings to the Irish people. They are the enemies of the Irish people. Clearly, they are intent, because the mask is a way of denying the very human face of the person. It's a way of taking away the individual, unique humanity of each person and turning us all into zombies and restoring us to a kind of animal state, so that we no longer will look at each other coming down the street as Tom or Mick or Mary, my friend, my sister, my brother, but instead as a festering mess of bacteria and viruses, which is a danger to my health. Oh! This is what they are turning the human person into with this whole thing. This is, I'm not saying that our people are responsible for thinking this up. They don't have the brains for that or anything. But this is what they're implementing. This is the thinking behind it, to destroy the spirit of the human person, the individuality, the personality, the conscience, the character of the human person. That is what this project is about. To destroy the spirit of the human person. The individuality, the personality, the conscience, the character of the human person. This is the thinking behind it, to destroy the spirit of the human person, the individuality, the personality, the conscience, the character of the human person. That is what this project is about.
Here we see many European countries, and they're all pretty much the same. Community immunity and the passing of the susceptible, like all viruses in history, has caused the death rate to come right down. Back here there was an epidemic with high death rates, sadly, of susceptible people, and now there is no epidemic by any reasonable definition because the death rates and ICU are right down. Here's Sweden intensive care loading. They only reached around 60% of capacity, and that was in the epidemic. But now there's no epidemic and there's only 32 ICU beds in the whole of Sweden, 10.5 million people. And they had no lockdown, no masks, and they're kind of just completely back to normal here. But if you kept testing with PCR tests, as is happening all around Europe, you'd get a case-demic and you could create a panic. Here's Spain. So we've recently, in the last month or two, got hyper-testing and lots of so-called cases, positive PCRs. But the deaths are gone. In fact, they disappeared pretty much in May. Belgium, same story, case-demic out here with positive PCRs, but no deaths or ICU, ended in May. France, bit of a case-demic here, but the deaths are gone and the impacts. And Netherlands, we got a big case-demic going on with lots of testing, but you'll see months have gone by with no deaths, so there is no following death or ICU problem. That's a case-demic. What is going on?
Why are people panicking a little bit about
They've seen too many horror movies.
As cases of the virus continue to rise, the World Health Organization has said that only strict adherence to health measures will work to beat it.
This is the 6th time a global health emergency has been declared under the international health regulations, but it's easily the most severe.
To destroy the spirit of the human person, the individuality, the personality, the conscience, the character of the human person. That is what this project is about.
And in Vietnam, authorities are taking no chances. It's evacuating 80,000 people, mostly local tourists, from the holiday hotspot of Da Nang, following the recording of 11 infections there, the country's first since April.